Today I want to talk about link aggregation with EtherChannel. If you have two switches connected with one link, there's no problem with that. But if you want to have bigger bandwidth, you can use more links. So, for example, you have 4 ports between two switches. So you can have 4 ports between two switches, but the problem is STP will block the other 3 ports. Will put them in the blocking state because there are loops, bridging loops. So EtherChannel was developed to solve that problem. So with EtherChannel, you can bundle all the physical links into one logical interface called port channel, and you can bundle 2 and up to 8 ports into one logical port or interface. So before we dive into the configuration, let's just define some terms. First is EtherChannel guard. This is on by default, or this is running by default on the switches, and you can verify it by running this command, show telemetry summary, and it should be enabled. But for some reason it is disabled. You can use the command. I think you should be in the global configuration mode, or not too sure, but yeah, I think you should be in global configuration mode, and you can use the command spanning tree EtherChannel guard misconfigured to enable it. And like I said, this is running by default, and this actually prevents the links being bundled if there are misconfiguration. Both switches should have, or all the links in the EtherChannel should have same parameters. Like they should have same VLAN, native VLAN, and they should be, if they are in trunking mode, they should be in trunking mode, and they should have same speed and duplex mode. Yeah. And if they don't, then that's the job of EtherChannel guard. It's gonna detect them and put the ports into the error disabled state. And I mentioned earlier that you can have physical links. You can bundle them into a single logical interface between the switches. But what if one switch breaks? You can actually use multi-channel EtherChannel, where where you can where you have, for example, two switches on both ends, and you can use physical links and put them and bundle them into one port channel. So if one switch goes down, then you have another switch that is running fine. So that's basically multi-chassis EtherChannel or MEC. Let's talk about. Just wanna make sure that it should be in one video. So I want to talk about the protocol, EtherChannel protocols, and one of them is PAG-P, port aggregation protocol. And this is Cisco proprietary, and it has nodes, two nodes, auto and desirable, and LAC-P, link aggregation control protocol. And this is industry standard and based on 802.380 or 802, or also called 802.380, and it also has two modes: active equivalent to auto, desirable, and passive equivalent to auto, and PAG-P. Let's talk about this later. Let's just talk about configuration. This is this is just very simple to configure, and you can have two types of EtherChannel. You can have layer 2 EtherChannel, and you can have layer 3 EtherChannel. So as you can see here, you can configure EtherChannel in 2 steps. Configure the channel group. You should be in the case of routed port or layer 3 EtherChannel, you have to specify the interface port channel. In this case, this is 1, and you have to type in no switch port for it to be routed port, switch port, and you have to define the IP address. And here, this is the actual. In the interface range configuration mode, you also should type no switch port to make them routed port, and you have to define the protocol that we're going to use. In this case, we are using PAG-P, Cisco proprietary, and channel group 1 mode desirable. I want to talk about the nodes, but it's just very easy. You can actually turn on EtherChannel by not using either PAG-P or LAC-P. You can just instead of channel group 1 node, you can actually just type it on but you should type this before you specify the protocol. So instead of typing desirable here, you can type in on, and the link the links will become a channel unconditionally, and it's not gonna send PAG-P or LAC-P packets or frames. So, like I said, 2 steps: configure the channel group and verify. And here, this is actually much easier to configure layer 2 EtherChannel. You just have to be in the interface range gigabit. In this case, we are using gigabit Ethernet 1 /1 -2, the range, and specify the protocol, in this case PAGP, and channel group. One node is desirable, so we're using desirable node, and that's it. Yeah, and also LACP, same configuration. You just have to type in just have to specify the system priority, and with LACP you can actually like reserve interfaces for failover purposes. So those are just the differences between LACP and PAGP. And let's talk about verification commands or troubleshooting commands. You can use this if you want to find out what load balancing method you are using or being used. So you can use this command, show EtherChannel load balance, and to see the status of the port channel, you can use this command, show EtherChannel summary, and of course show interface port channel 1. You can actually see the members of the port channel. So yeah, that's it.